Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying the evening. I love that the team for West Virginia Children is honoring one of the greatest team players I've ever known. Even in retirement, Troy Brown is still being honored for his contributions to the team. Congratulations, Troy.
Troy Brown has had a career in the NFL that most only dream of. Helping to lead the New England Patriots to 3 Super Bowl wins, he's considered one of the great receivers in franchise history. Of course, those around Huntington got a chance to see Troy's skills firsthand when he played for the Thundering Herd. He was the most valuable player in the 1992 season, helping Marshall win its first NCAA Division I AA national championship. But maybe most commendable to Troy is his versatility, his willingness to play offense or defense or special teams, whatever it took to get the job done. Troy Brown has played a lot of different positions on the football field, and the same can be said about his work with children right here in our own community. Team for West Virginia Children is proud to recognize Troy Brown for his outstanding work in creating opportunities for improving hundreds of children's lives right here in Huntington. However, Troy doesn't do it for the praise or for the publicity. He does it because he truly wants to create a better community.
I truly believe that Mr. Brown is a real man. He understands where he is. He's rooted down in reality. So he understands, even though he has been blessed with some God-given talent, that he still feels for other people. He understands he lives within our community. He has Super Bowl rings, he's an All-Pro, but the kids know him as Troy. He's a good guy. He's just one of the guys. And his children, they know his sons because he brings his children down here. And they actually played in the gymnasium down here. They played on the football field. He's here. He can be seen here within the community. And that speaks volumes of the character of the man.
And Troy's work can be seen everywhere, benefiting children of all ages. 2 years ago, he worked with Tony Shackelford and Kevin Pennington to create an AAU basketball team. But the skills the children are learning go well beyond the basketball court.
Yeah, we try to teach them, more than basketball. Of course, we teach them it's a team sport, but also we want to teach them being nice to people. We do community service, and also we want to stress grades, how important it is. So instead of just sitting around playing PlayStation, we handed out books for each of them to read.
Troy has also been actively involved with the A.D. Lewis Center. For the past 3 years, because of his efforts and contributions, the last public swimming pool in Huntington has remained in operation. He has also created a mentoring program for the children of the A.D. Lewis Center.
I think the one thing, the main thing that I really have been impressed by was his Huddle Up for Life program. That was a program that he and his wife initiated where they were able to get mentors and counselors from students at Marshall University to come over here to A.D. Lewis and actually meet and work with some of our young people one-on-one. That was such a wonderful and inventive idea, and I was so grateful that Mr. Brown and his wife came to us and offered this program for us because it's really been a godsend. It really has been.
Troy has also helped to raise funds for the Marshall University Child Development Academy, working to create better beginnings for our youngest citizens.
Troy is always devoted to children in this community. He knew that the Academy was here for Marshall students' children, and that we were trying to make sure that they had a place where their children could come so that they could get an education. He's always making sure that the children in this community are getting just something a little special, and we're really grateful to Troy for all he does.
Ask anybody who has come in contact with Troy Brown about his character, and you will find only the highest praise.
And Troy Brown is the epitome of, number one, a friend for life. I feel that we're like family. I treat him like a brother, and hopefully he feels the same way. We have such a relationship that is bar none the best.
Troy's been a great leader on our football team, team captain, a guy that never said much but was one of the best leaders that I ever coached, led by example, and led through his attitude and his great display of teamwork. So Troy, my hat's off to you tonight, and you'll always be a special player. It's certainly been a privilege for me to coach you with the New England Patriots.
Troy Brown is not only one of my favorite Patriots of all time, he's one of my favorite people that I have ever met in my life. I think Kim and he and his boys are one of the special families that I've been privileged to meet being involved with the NFL. I'll never forget walking over that little bridge at Bryant and seeing Troy feeding the fish. My wife fell in love with him immediately then. And then another interesting story, I remember being in the locker room after a great victory where he had played an outstanding game playing offense, defense, and special teams. And I put my arm on his back, and I couldn't believe how many thick levels of muscle there was there. I'd never met anyone like that who was such a kind, gentle person, but who was physically so muscled and strong. So it's an honor to have had you part of the team. You will always be one of my favorites, and I wish you well in the future.
When I was drafted by the Patriots in 2000, Troy was one of the players I looked up to the most. As an 8th round draft choice out of Marshall, he earned the respect of his teammates by working harder than anyone else and making the most of every opportunity that he earned. He was a man of few words, but his actions spoke volumes. He was respected and admired by his peers, and he proved to be a great leader. When Troy retired last year, after 15 seasons with the Patriots, he ranked as the franchise's all-time leading receiver and punt returner. But it was his versatility in all phases of the game, including his contributions on defense, that I remember most. Sermon and Sanjay at 5'10", on his tiptoes. Your dad wasn't the tallest player on the field, but he was always the one that I looked up to the most. Thanks, Troy, and congratulations to you, Kim, and the boys. Enjoy the evening with your friends and family.
Respect for Troy and his work in the community is evident all around Huntington.
Because he has 2 young kids of his own, and I think he wants the very best for them, and he feels like he doesn't want just to stop with his kids. He wants to be able to help more than his own, and that's the way he likes to give back. I mean, kids are very important to him, and because they become mature adults and citizens and future leaders of our community.
Well, to be truthful, I've always called him our guardian angel. I've never mentioned his name, but I've mentioned to several people on several different occasions that the center has a guardian angel. And he has done so much behind the scenes that's got no publicity to help us to keep the center not only operations but to expand our programming.
He's a very good man, and I think highly of him because he's a great leader, and he advises us very well. He has helped us in so many ways, our eating habits, and he's taught us how to train well and how to stretch and all that stuff.
Troy, you know what I think of you. You know how grateful I am to you. You are just a wonderful human being, and we're so grateful to have you in our community, and we just say thank you.
That I love him very much, and he's a very special dad. What makes him special is just him being my dad.
Just as Troy has used his versatility to expand opportunities for children, so too can you find a way to make a difference in the lives of children around you. That's what the Team for West Virginia Children is counting on, that we each share our gifts and talents to make sure that our state's children grow up safe, healthy, and supported.